The waters of the Strait of Hormuz have once again become the center of global tension. This narrow stretch of water between Iran, the United Arab Emirates, and Oman carries nearly 1/5 of the world's oil supply every single day. Tankers transporting crude oil and natural gas pass through these waters, powering industries, fueling vehicles, and supporting economies around the world. But today, this critical maritime route is facing growing danger. Reports emerging from the region suggest that a series of mysterious attacks on commercial vessels have shaken global markets and raised fears of a wider conflict. According to the UK Maritime Trade Operations Centre, 3 commercial ships were struck by unidentified projectiles near the coasts of the UAE and Oman. The vessels included a container ship, a cargo ship, and a bulk carrier. The attacks occurred within a short period of time, suggesting a coordinated or highly strategic operation. One of the ships reportedly caught fire after being hit. Thick smoke could be seen rising above the vessel as emergency teams worked quickly to control the blaze. Fortunately, all crew members aboard the ships were reported safe, but the message sent by the attacks was clear. The Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important energy corridors on Earth, is once again becoming a geopolitical flashpoint. Shortly after the incidents, the United States Central Command released images claiming that American forces had destroyed 16 Iranian vessels suspected of preparing to lay naval mines in the region. Naval mines are among the most dangerous weapons in maritime warfare. A single mine can cripple a massive oil tanker or even a military warship. If mines were deployed in the Strait of Hormuz, the consequences could be catastrophic for global trade. The images released by the U.S. military showed explosions striking small, fast-moving boats believed to belong to Iranian naval forces. If these reports are accurate, it would represent one of the most direct military confrontations between American and Iranian forces in recent years. Former President Donald Trump responded to the situation by warning that any attacks threatening global shipping would face serious consequences. However, General Dan King stated that the United States currently has no immediate plans to escort commercial oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz, a strategy used during previous Gulf crises. Instead, the U.S. military appears to be focusing on surveillance operations, intelligence monitoring, and deterrence efforts. Before we continue with the escalating situation, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest geopolitical analysis and global crisis updates. Meanwhile, Iran has issued strong warnings of its own. Officials from Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps declared that if Iran itself is attacked, the country would not hesitate to use the Strait of Hormuz as a strategic pressure point. In simple terms, Iran is signaling that it could disrupt or even block one of the world's most important oil routes. And even the possibility of that happening is enough to shake global markets. Every time tensions rise in the Strait of Hormuz, oil prices react immediately. Energy markets closely monitor the region because any disruption could trigger a worldwide energy crisis. From fuel prices at gas stations to manufacturing costs in factories, the ripple effects would be felt across the entire global economy. Iranian officials have also escalated their rhetoric. Members of Iran's Supreme National Security Council describe the current situation as a defining moment for the international community. According to their statements, the world now faces a choice between peace and prosperity for all nations, or confrontation and suffering caused by what they called warmongers. These statements highlight the growing tension and deep mistrust between Iran and Western powers. But behind the political language lies a much larger strategic reality. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most critical economic choke points on the planet. Every day, approximately 20 million barrels of oil pass through this narrow waterway. That represents nearly 20% of the world's daily oil consumption. If this flow were disrupted, even temporarily, the consequences could be enormous. Oil prices could surge. Global inflation could rise. Shipping costs could increase dramatically. Countries like China, India, Japan, and South Korea rely heavily on energy shipments passing through the Strait of Hormuz. For these nations, stability in the region is not just important, it is essential. Military analysts warn that the Gulf region is one of the most sensitive areas in the world. Fast attack boats, drones, missiles, and naval mines all operate within a relatively confined space. This creates a dangerous environment where misunderstandings or miscalculations could escalate into a larger confrontation. History shows how quickly tensions can spiral out of control here. During the 1980s Iran-Iraq War, the Persian Gulf witnessed what became known as the Tanker War, when oil shipments were repeatedly targeted in an attempt to damage enemy economies. At that time, international naval forces had to step in to protect commercial shipping. Today, the stakes may be even higher. The modern global economy is deeply interconnected, and energy markets react instantly to geopolitical developments. Already, analysts say the recent attacks have raised serious concerns among shipping companies and insurers. Some shipping operators are reviewing their routes and strengthening security measures for vessels traveling through the region. Insurance premiums for ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz could increase sharply if tensions continue to rise. And if the situation escalates further, some companies might temporarily avoid the route altogether. For now, the situation remains tense but uncertain. Diplomatic channels are still active, and military forces from several countries continue to monitor developments in the Gulf. But the world is now asking a crucial question. Will the Strait of Hormuz remain open and secure? Or will rising tensions turn it into the center of the next major geopolitical crisis? Because when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz, the world is watching very closely. And the stability of global energy markets may depend on what happens next.